Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while, but today we're going to be working on a 2018 Forester XT Touring. Absolutely love this car. I've had lots of cars in my lifetime, and this by far is my favorite. It's the last rendition of the turbocharged Forester, the very last year. It has all the bells and whistles on it. You name it, it's got it. All the factory options are installed. Absolutely love this car. We take this car on road trips all the time. We take it to Vegas at least once a year. Just a blast. Really reliable, fun car. Very low miles, and I'll explain that here in a bit. But I just had the intake blasted, media blasted, soda blasted, and all of the fluids changed. So oil, differentials, CVT, all those fluids were changed, and that was at the 50,000 mile mark. Yeah, only 50,000 miles. The reason being is I only drive this vehicle probably 6 months out of the year. The rest of the time I'm on these guys. So not much mileage gets put on it, even with the road trips that we do. This vehicle does not get driven very much in the warmer months, so to speak, here in Oregon. And today you can see we were back having liquid sunshine. It was pretty sunny last week in the 70s, and now we're back to 45-degree days and nonstop rain. So anyhow, I digress. So normally what I do in the summer, since I don't drive the car as much, is I have this little 10-watt solar panel, battery tender solar panel that I've been using for quite a few years, and I just stick it inside the window here, suction cupped like right about here, and then I've got an fuse that goes into the fuse box to a constant powered fuse, and then I plug it into here, and that keeps the battery trickle charged. I recently got rid of my Optima battery because I just don't like the quality of the Optimas anymore. They're just not up to speed, and I got myself an Odyssey AGM battery, which you guys will see here in a little bit. But what we're doing is I came across a 45-watt hood solar panel specifically for the 2018 Forester XT. I got this from a website called Lensunsolar. I think that's what it is. I'll leave a link in the description anyhow. As far as shipping goes, I'd like to say that I was kind of disappointed because they advertised this as arriving in 3 to 5 days. And I got this in 5 days, and then this took, I think, 18 days from the time I ordered it to get to me. So they shipped things separately, and when I messaged their customer service, they had all kinds of excuses about how they're out of stock, and that's not how their business operations work, and I just like a long line of stuff that was going on, and I was just like, okay. Now, I haven't opened these yet, so I don't know what the quality is, but apparently this comes with like a MPPT charger, and then the panel with like a vinyl hood protection sticker that you're supposed to put on first. I think today, let's see if I still have that stuff. Oh yeah, I still got it. We'll be using some Rapid Tack. This is for putting stickers on cars or vinyl on cars. That type of stuff. What else can I tell you? First thing I'm going to do is go ahead and remove that fuse and put that back to the normal stock position. And then we'll do an unboxing, and then we'll do an install. Other than that, I'll give you some reviews maybe towards the end of the video and whatnot, but anyhow, let's get started. Okay, well, I got this mess out. Little ground ring, add a fuse, and then the SAE connector. So Should be able to use this on something else. Maybe I'll put it on one of my motorcycles. Not sure. But anyhow, let's open this guy up. This looks like the MPT controller with a fused connection and a ground terminal, and then of course the solar connectors to connect to the panel. And it looks like it's got a little antenna for something. I'm not sure what that's for, but we'll figure that out here. Oh, it's got an app that you can connect it to. Yay, the excitement. Looks like we've got some instructions. And then a couple rolls of VHB tape. Not sure what that's going to be all about. Does not look promising. Not a fan of VHB tape for permanent installations, but I guess we'll figure it out as we go here. How does this open? Everything. Well, the packaging is good. I guess we can give that to them. Looks like we did a good job with that. Looks like we have one generic hood solar panel. And some tie wraps and some little saddle straps. This thing is supposed to come with like a hood protection vinyl, and I don't see it, so I'm not sure what that's all about. Anyhow, let me get this all figured out and we'll start installing it. Back of the box, lo and behold, we've got our vinyl protection film. And I wish they wouldn't have taped it like this. Really bad idea. Oh, and some more instructions. Okay, lovely. Let me get all this stuff taken apart or opened up and we'll figure it out. Well, here's the second thing I am going to complain about with this kit. They folded this. Instead of rolling it up and putting it in a tube, they folded it and it's ruined. So no matter what you do, you're not going to be able to fix this. The crease just basically tore it. Looking at the instructions, the way this panel attaches is with VHB, which won't damage the paint. As far as I know, I've done that before. I put stuff on with VHB directly on the paint. I don't think it'll damage it. So, I mean, you don't really need this thing. Can you use it? Yeah, but the connection from the actual rigid panel to your hood is not going to be as secure because this thing is basically destroyed. The way that they shipped it, it just destroyed it. Even with a heat gun trying to get all this out, it doesn't want to adhere the way it should normally. So Lensunsolar, if you are watching this, you basically ruined this panel by the way that you shipped it. Like, look at this. There's wrinkles everywhere in it because of where you folded it, and it actually tore. So, epic failure on your guys' part. I'm not even sure what to do about that. I'm probably not even going to use it, but I'm going to work with it for a little bit more and then probably just toss it. Maybe I'll use the scissors and just cut this section out that's bad. But this should be a lot better for a kit that costs, you know, 400 bucks. Okay, as you guys saw there, I made like a hinge. Oh, by the way, the whole vinyl thing, I couldn't do it. It wasn't gonna stick as good as just going straight to the hood. And I don't plan on taking this off. And even if you do take it off, it's not that hard to get VHB tape off of the hood. So I'm not sure what the reasoning is behind that. I put like 10, maybe 12 strips of the stuff behind here. I don't think it's going anywhere. I'm letting the car run to heat the hood up because it's like 45 degrees out. And so my thought behind that is that this VHB is going to bond down pretty good to the hood just by having the vehicle running. I used a roller that I had for putting signs on, like the one that's on the truck there, to roll it out and press that VHB down pretty good. It's sitting on there in a really good position. I like where it's sitting. I'm probably going to let the car run for probably 15 minutes before we start wiring it. But if I'm trying to peel up a corner right now, that stuff is gripping pretty good. So I think we're good to go on getting the panel mounted. Now we've got to figure out where to put the MPPT controller and then route all the wiring. I have some better saddle straps that I'll probably end up using. I think I have some black ones left, but we'll see as we go along. We may not even need to use that, but yeah, I really like the panel though, the way that it's designed. The cost of the kit has got to be in this panel because the way that they set this up is really nice. So I'm liking that.
Wrap the wires.
gonna stay there. Okay, we got the wires coming from the panel neatly routed along the hood there. I've got the MPPT controller mounted on the fuse cover with some Velcro so that it's removable. And it sticks better than VHB does to this plastic. For whatever reason, VHB hates this plastic. It just doesn't work very good. So use that. You can see we've got a couple of indicator lights on here. The panel being powered up and having solar shows green, and the battery being connected shows the little yellow or orange light. And then there's a load, which are these two terminals. I guess you can connect that to like maybe a fridge or something like that. I'm not quite certain what that's for, but we can alternatively use it to see what voltage is being put out by the panel. And so I don't know if you guys be able to see that, but it looks like just sitting here in the garage we're at 12.84 volts. That's good. That'll keep the battery trickle charged, so I don't have to plug the vehicle into a battery tender. Yeah, let me get the rest of this all buttoned up and then we'll go from there. So yeah, I basically just routed the wire right along there with some higher grade sticky backs, and then left a loop of wire kind of in this area here, because when you close the hood it'll push it back into that zone right there. And then I ran it along the fuel lines, and there's actually a little holster on this fuel line tower here that you can snap that into and then tie wrap it a couple spots. And then we've got the controller sitting here, and then of course we're connected to the battery right there. One thing I did want to mention is there is an app that you can download on your phone to monitor this thing. I'm probably not going to do that. I suppose it would be handy if you were like camping and you had a fridge plugged in and you wanted to keep an eye on the voltage of the battery and whatnot, but I'm never going to use it for that. The whole point behind this was so that the battery would stay charged in the months that I don't drive the car. There's a very detailed MPPT instruction manual which has all the fault codes and whatnot, and then it shows just some of the specifics for it. But yeah, overall this kit, aside from the shipping issues that I spoke about earlier in the video and the vinyl not being rolled up in there if you were ever going to use that, mine just went straight to the trash. It basically is useless at that point when it's gotten folded in half like that. But other than that, I mean, this is a really nice panel. I mean, it looks nice on the car. It doesn't look, I mean, terribly odd. The newer Outbacks actually have a similar design on their hood with the black on the center part of the hood there, so I guess it kind of blends in. But I think that's probably going to be it for this episode, guys. If you like this episode, give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. As always, you're going to want to stay tuned. You never know what's coming up. I might have a little episode coming up for Able, the LMTV. But other than that, I hope you guys are staying safe, taking care of each other, and as always, I will catch you next time. See you later. Bye-bye.